Whenever people become interested in smuggling, it's also because we tend to see a quote-unquote crisis on the ground.
When I see press releases, media coverages about what these migrants go through to get to Europe, to get across to the US, to get to Canada, and the extreme difficult situations and dangers they face, my immediate thought is, if you are willing to face this, because really you are risking your life. If you are willing to do this, I'm sure you have very good reasons.
No, human smugglers has never been as thriving as today. Smuggling has started now to be resilient.
Do I stay in this place and maybe risk the life of my child? Or do I try to leave, even if illegally, and try to save my child? I can definitely put myself in the place of that person.
People are facing limitations when it comes to their ability to move. Multiple countries are imposing restrictions when it comes to visas or passports.
Globalization brings mobility, and you feel that you are more a citizen of the world. On the other hand, you see that societies who are fearful of the different become more fragile, I would say, and we have to be able to educate also in that aspect.
As an undergraduate student, when I first became interested in smuggling facilitation, I thought this has to be a topic that everybody must be writing about. And to my surprise, there were very few scholars who had actually engaged in the study of smuggling facilitation.
So we are always overloaded with work. An academic's life is it's not very glamorous, but it is an awful lot of work.
There's a lot of information. Not only did I have to read a lot, but I had to reduce and condense a lot what I had to say to students, taking into account what they know and being also able to give them the gist of what I wanted to achieve. UNODC does this for us.
Somebody's already done all of this beautiful work and packaged it, but not packaged it in a rigid way.
UNODC did the research for us and condensed the information. And what is very interesting is that it is in a module system which allows me to pick and choose.
So there's less work for, sort of course design work for you to do, but you can still sort of make it your own.
And it is a ready-made material which I don't have to follow blindly.
It's an easy, fast way to teach such a complex phenomenon.
It saves me a lot of time.
We brought together many people from different countries. We're working now with at least 40 professors from all around the world.
The effort that UNODC is carrying out is going to be central at defining what the next generation of scholars are going to be exploring.
I think our unique position as the UN is the ability to give a space for academics from all over the world to share that expertise and bring that knowledge together to develop something that can embrace different perspectives.
What we tried to do was not to make these modules excessively theoretical, to make them practical and to make them that they are feasible, that they are not ethereal things that cannot be engaged with from a pragmatic point of view.
The discussion-based case approach is particularly stimulating.
I hope that through these modules, students get a better sense of the fact that it's not only what affects them within their individual communities, but that they get a global understanding of how mobility operates.
So this has brought a really completely new dimension to my knowledge, I think.
I'm very excited about the possibility of students being able to start conversations of their own into what is crime, what is smuggling.
What I really enjoyed was that it kind of made me think about other gray areas that I didn't necessarily think about before.
One of the things you need to do as an educator is to help students think about, well, what's my place in this phenomenon? Like, where do I want to place myself? Where do I want to be? What are some of the discourses that I want to be, pushing forward? What's my intellectual agenda? Those kinds of things. And so I think it's really useful in that sense.
I think that they will learn a lot, and it will be useful to them in totally different aspects.
By teaching these modules, professors as well as students are going to see many of their own experiences reflected in the content.
to talk about kind of global mobility is also to sort of talk about humanity, I think, on some broader level. So that would be my pitch to students. Like, you gotta take this class because you will understand yourself as a human being better.
You will learn a lot about other people's thinking, and you will be able to think better afterwards. That's very profound, but I think that's what I would tell them.